Hey guys, it's Way here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to complete the brand new Player of the Month Mohamed Salah Squad Builder Challenge the cheapest and easiest way. As of right now, this will set you back around 300,000 coins on both consoles, and that's a great price for the card you're getting. It's an 88 rated striker Salah card with 96 pace, and that's a very similar price to both his Ones to Watch and striker inform cards, and this has got much better stats, and also you get 4 free packs in return. So I would definitely recommend doing this. If you're on the fence, if you don't know whether or not to do it or not, if you've got the coins, just complete it because you're getting a great card for a really good price as well. But before getting on into the video, if you guys do want to be entered into my Christmas giveaway, in which I'll be giving away 5 Xbox or PlayStation gift cards, all for £10, go and check out that top link in the description. You can enter there. It will take a few seconds, and I'll be announcing the winners on Christmas Day. So we've got 4 different individual SBCs to complete. Each of them give a free pack, and we start off with FIFA 15. Now, to complete this, you need to use at least 3 players from either Fiorentina or Roma, 2 of the previous clubs of Salah. You need a maximum of 6 players from the same league. You also need at least 1 Team of the Week player, an 83 rating, 11 players in your squad, and you get a 15k pack in return. Now, there's no chemistry requirement here, which makes this very simple to complete. As of right now, it's about 30k on both consoles. Just get a cheap inform. I mean, as long as they're at least kind of a gold card, so 78, 79, you should be good. I went with Kenny Miller, a very cheap inform, and just try and get any inform you really can for under about 15k. You can either copy the team that I use, I'll show you guys the names in just a moment, or you can use cards from your club or on the transfer market to potentially complete the SBC a little bit cheaper. Then you want to get your 3 players. I would go with Roma just because they've got more higher rated players. I went with Perotti, Gonalons, and De Rossi, as they're quite high rated but really cheap as well. You don't want to go with the likes of Manolas and Strootman just because they've gone up a lot in price, and also they're being used in other SBCs that require Calcio high rated players. I'll be showing you guys that in just a moment. Then I went with Alejandro Gomez in the right back position just as he's an 84 rated card, which I could use there. And then everyone else I just use 83s apart from 184, and that is Horn. Again, I've used a lot of goalkeepers, as you can see, just because they're cheap and you don't need a specific chemistry requirement. So as you can see here, very simple. All you need to do is Gonalons, Perotti, and De Rossi, a random 84 down here, a random 84 in here, and then everyone else 83s apart from your uniform. And if you do want to copy me, these are the players I've used: Anthony Lopez, Alejandro Gomez, Diego Lopez, Pereira, Rulli, De Rossi, Horn, Miller, Casillas, Gonalons, Perotti, and there we go. Those are all the players I used, and that gets me a 15k pack. So we're going to submit that. We've got 3 more to go. FIFA 16 is next up, and to complete this, you need exactly 11 players from the Calcio. You also need at least 1 Team of the Week player, an 83 rating overall, and 90 chemistry, and you get another 15k pack in return. Now, to complete this, you need to get a cheap inform from the Calcio. You can go with some cheaper informs. I think there's ones that are like 20k or so that are really low rated, but what I'd recommend doing is going with someone like De Vrij or Sirigu, an 84 or 85 rated inform. Sirigu is probably about 30k. I picked him up a few days ago, a little bit cheaper, but you're looking at about 20k for the low rated cards, and you can get a much higher rated card for not too much more. And if you go with a high rated card, you can then kind of use lower rated cards throughout your team, and it makes it overall a little bit cheaper. So this is about 50 to 60k. Just use an 84 or 85 rated inform from the Calcio, and then just go with the rest of your squad as 83s with 184, 182, 178 and 179. That should work pretty well. You can use some low rated cards, you can use some non-rares. If you follow that formula there, you should be good. You don't have to go with the same players as me, but you should be good there. I'll go through the players. If you do want to copy me, we've got Sirigu, De Vrij, Masaccio, Hervedes, and Saudi, João Mario, Valero, Strootman, Suso, Belotti, and Verdi finishing off the team. We get another 15k pack, but I think we get some really good packs later on from these last 2. These are the 2 most expensive. First up, we've got FIFA 17. This one is around 100k. You need at least 3 Team of the Week players, at least 1 Ultimate Screen player. You also need an 83 rating and 90 chemistry overall. So get your 3 Team of the Week players, get just low rated, kind of 81, 82s, and then just try and find a cheap Ultimate Screen card. If you want, you can go with someone like Chiman, and you can just use him in a random position, not getting links to anyone. But I went with Forster just as I have him as an untradeable inform. And then you just want to use high rated gold cards from major leagues and major nations, as you do need 90 chemistry overall, and you want your players to get strong links together. Also, if you go with informs, for example, from La Liga or from the Premier League, there are a lot of informs in those leagues, so there's a large choice, and for that reason the demand for those cards isn't quite as high, so they're a little bit cheaper than if you go, for example, with a certain league where there's not too many informs. But La Liga, for example, there's tons in there. Ligue 1's got plenty of good options, but what you want to do, go with your Ultimate Screen card just anywhere in the team. Try and go with one of the cheap ones like Forster or Chiman. Then you can go with a random inform in at that left back position or right back position, depending how you organise your team out. You can just follow the same link pattern comparison and use the same player as me if you want. And then just go on your right hand side with someone like Gomez, for example. There's Andre in the previous team of the week from Liga, and there's quite a few cards that are like 15k or so that are 81 rated. And then just use an 84 and 83 to get links in there. Then go with a couple of 84 rated centre backs. Just on the whole, try and use 84 rated cards, the odd 83, and then if you use your 81, 82 rated informs, just put in maybe an 80 or 81 rated card like Wilshere, and just try and get as many low rated cards in to get your rating overall. Obviously, it depends which cards you're using. These are just the ones I've used, but you can go with like a random inform in here, and you should still get enough chemistry. But going over the team, if you do want to copy me, we've got Forster in goal, Juanfran, Koscielny, Mustafi, Beto, Asensio, Wilshere, Cazorla, Gomez, Austin, and Silva finishing off the team. So we get a 25k back in return. That's one of the more expensive ones, but we finished with the most expensive by far at 150k as of right now, and this is the FIFA 18 team. So you need one player from the team of the week. You also need at least 2 hero or 1 to watch cards, 6 players at maximum from the same league, an 84 rating, and 11 players in your squad. So I just had to quickly swap up the team as the rating wasn't quite high enough, but on the whole you do need to use 84 rated gold cards to complete this, as it is quite a high rated team, 84 as the overall rating. So I've mainly just used 84 rated gold cards, goalkeepers, strikers, just cheap cards. You can just try and find the cheapest really on the market as of when you're watching this video to complete this. I've used 183 in Kagwa, and then I've used an 85 in Barzagli down here as well. And then what I'd recommend doing is getting at least an 80 or 81 rated inform. I've used Finn Bogerson from last week's team of the week as he's quite cheap. And then I'd recommend mainly using ones to watch cards instead of hero cards. I'm just using one as I have him as an untradeable. I can't sell him, and he's got a better version of this card in the team of the group stage, so I'd never really use this card. But if you're completing this and you don't have untradables, I'd recommend just using ones to watch cards. Use ones that are at least kind of 81, 82 rated, like Davinson Sanchez, Bernardeschi, Traore, those types of cards there that you can get for about 30k. So I've used Bernardeschi in that right mid position, and then Rodriguez down here. But I'd recommend just using 84 rated cards on the whole, and then use a couple of low rated cards for your informs and other special cards. And then if you don't have quite a high enough rating, just use some 85s to bring that rating up a little bit more. But just get the cheapest one to watches and the cheapest informs that kind of fit that requirement, and do the same with the gold cards. So you don't need any chemistry, which is pretty easy there. But if you do want to copy me, I wouldn't recommend using a Rodriguez, but if you could use maybe a ones to watch card here and then put an 85 red card in instead of Kagwa, for example. If you do want to copy me though, we've got Berkey, Barzagli, Horn, Falcao, Rodriguez, Farman, Bernardeschi, Icardi, Kagwa, Draxler, and Finn Bogerson finishing off the team. And we get a mega pack for completing that, and also completes the entire Player of the Month Mohamed Salah SBC. As you can see, it is completed, and we get Mohamed Salah striker card with 96 pace, 92 dribbling, 87 shooting, 82 passing, and 75 physical. We've got the card right here. Take a look at some of those stats. He's got 4-star skill moves, and he may actually get a winter upgrade, which will push this card up even higher rated potentially. 96 for both acceleration and sprint speed, 98 attack positioning, 94 finishing, just some really good stats on the whole. 92 agility, 89 balance too. Really good ball control, dribbling. Looks like a great card, and I can't wait to try him out. But let's head over to the store and see what we get in those 4 packs, and hopefully we can get some coins back, and maybe if we get a good player, even make profit from this SBC. I'd say if I get 50k back from this, I'd be really happy. That would be decent. I mean, obviously we need to get a decent player to do so, but if we could get 1 or 2 drop downs, that would be not too bad. Let's see what we can get though. Don't get a drop down first pack, I'll just skip that. I mean, if we get 1 drop down, no, maybe 2 drop downs, I'd be happy with that. Or just players who sell for a little bit, anything like that wouldn't be too bad there. We get Albiol. He may sell something as he's 82 rated and also in the Chaos UA, and one of the SBCs for Salah requires Chaos UA players. But we've got another 15k pack here. Not the best of packs in return. I mean, normally you get like more kind of big packs, but I guess you get 2 decent packs, 25 and 35, but only 2 15k packs. For 2 of these SBCs. It isn't the best, but here we go. We've got the 2 decent packs here. A rare gold pack, that's a 25k pack with only rare items in. We get a drop down, there we go. Give me someone big. We need a 300k player to make profit from this. We get a Spanish right winger. That's Pedro. I thought that was Jose Callahan. Pedro, not too bad at 84. I think he's like 4 or 5k. Not too bad there, not too bad. We get Holebas as well. I'll send him over to the transfer list. Kubo as a duplicate, not the best. And then 35k pack, the main kind of big reward, obviously apart from Mohamed Salah. What are we going to get? We don't get a drop down. That always happens. I get drop downs in the worst packs, but the best pack I never get a drop down in. Always seems to be like that from any SBCs I do. That is actually an awful pack. Gale and a silver. as my as my gold cards. Do I get any duplicates? We get a few. They may sell for something. Doubt the others will. We'll quick sell all of that. So not the best of packs. We made maybe like 10, 15k back, but we got Salah, and it's quite a cheap SBC as well for what you're getting. I know 300k is a lot for a lot of people, but for such a good card, that is a good price. If he was in packs, he'd be like at least 500 or 600k. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new around here as well. If we could try and smash 200 likes, that would be awesome for this big Player of the Month Salah video. And if you do want to be entered into that Christmas giveaway, check out the top link in the description. There's, I believe, 3, maybe 4 different ways to enter, and yeah, you can enter right there. Also, I'm going to be going to Man City against Spurs on the weekend. I went to Man City against Swansea a few days ago to an away game. I'm going to try and make like a compilation, a big vlog, combining those 2 games together, and that'll be out on the weekend. So if you guys do enjoy that, stay tuned for that. Hope you guys enjoy though, and I'll catch you in my next video. Take care.